one thing about our team, man, we love challenges. And if we put our mind to it and we set to it and that's what we want to do, we're gonna go out and get the win, take on the challenge. And with Bud, just look at his record, just look at his, what he's accomplished in the sport. And those last couple fights has always been challenges and being undisputed challenges because he's one of the guys at the top. But
names, I need to know, does easy work pop in your mind or a challenging fight? Terence Bud Crawford.
Easy work. And it's our people, it's the urban community that does it. Oh, boost this, boost to knock you out, boost. And then, the people that, support me, man, Bud of this, Bud of that. Then some fighters find themselves getting caught up in that, and then they asked about it. Oh, man.
A former multi-division undisputed champion has suddenly been spotted wearing full training gear, tightening his gloves beside his longtime team at high elevation. For months, casual fans believed the pound-for-pound king had finally stepped away after completing his historic campaign. But now, his unexpected return to serious camp work has sent a completely different message, fueling intense comeback rumors throughout the entire combat sports world. And if this training footage means what many believe it does, fans may soon discover that the story of his career isn't finished yet.
Come in with the altitude and do a full workout with the chin. Out of shape. Your heart. Let's go, Lester. Let's go.
On the Last Stand podcast, trainer Brian "Bomac" McIntyre publicly insisted that Bud Crawford is retired. Yet his careful wording hinted that the competitive fire may still be burning. Bomac explained that Crawford returned to camp to stay sharp and help stablemate Lester Martinez prepare for his upcoming fight. But when super fights entered the conversation, the decorated trainer dropped a revealing clue that Team Crawford may not have completely shut the door on a ring return.
So, I ain't got nothing to do today, so I thought I'd come in here and work out for the first time since I fought. And guess what they got me doing? Well, I got myself doing. Sparring Lester. About to get in. Just 2 rounds. Stay tuned, baby. Listen. Got my ass in there. 2 rounds, got my ass kicked. That's very humbling. I ain't used to that. I gotta get back in shape. I can't just be going months and months and months, not doing nothing, and then think I'm young and I can get in here and spar the big dogs like that. I'll be back though. Stay tuned.
Fans are noticing the contradiction almost immediately. While Bomac continues publicly calling Crawford retired, he is also making sure everyone remembers that, should a serious challenge emerge, Bud remains fully capable of returning and performing at the highest level. In boxing, saying a fighter is simply staying busy in camp while emphasizing their unmatched abilities can often sound like the familiar explanation given when bigger conversations are quietly developing behind closed doors. And that raises one question. Is Crawford really done, or is something much bigger already being discussed?
And a number of people who all of a sudden saw video of Terence in camp, working with him, working out, and all of a sudden people are like, uh-oh, Terence Crawford is back. He's begun the first steps in a comeback. Set the record straight for us.
Well, man, I will tell you this, man. Bud, he loved the environment that he created. We created together as a team, and so he know we was in camp, so he just wanted to come out and get some work in, just see where he at and have some fun with Lester. He brought Lester underneath his wing on his undercard. And then Lester just sprouted, just jumped to the top of the charts after that. So Terence is always a big supporter of Lester. And he just come out, just have fun with him and just show him a few things and just work out with him for a couple of days.
And set the record straight, because I know you probably seen it on social media, people saying, this is Bud Crawford saying, okay, let me see where I am because I got Jaron Boots Ennis out there, and people want me and Jaron Boots Ennis to fight. Give me what are your thoughts on that and
Now,
what's going on?
Bud done, man. He said he done, and I respect his decision, and I want him to be done because he had nothing else to prove in the sport. But I love having him around the other fighters, to motivate them, you know, so they trying to get to the pinnacle of the sport where he got to. So that's just one of the reasons why it came out, man. He not to get ready for no fight or nothing, just want to stay in shape.
At the center of this sudden tension is young phenom Jaron "Boots" Ennis, who reignited the old rivalry by questioning Crawford's accomplishments. He openly suggested that sharing the ring with Crawford would be nothing more than easy work, making it clear that he wants to establish himself as the defining force of boxing's next generation. But by calling out a former pound-for-pound king so confidently, Boots may have done more than create headlines. He may have given Crawford the exact reason needed to consider one final return.
Let me ask you about Boots for a minute, because I'm sure you saw it. What did you think about that interview that Boots had done recently where they asked him about Terence Crawford, and he said, man, that's easy work. I'm just going to be honest with y'all, that was easy work. And Bud, I think, did an interview, called Boots a hater, and said he would have knocked him out if they had fought. You know Bud better than anybody. If those two had fought, let's say after the Canelo fight, what would have happened in a fight like that?
You know what, man? I'm gonna stick with my guy, man. I'm gonna go with my guy because for the simple fact that one thing about our team, man, we love challenges, and if we put our mind to it and we set to it, and that's what we want to do, we're gonna go out and get the win, take on the challenge. And with Bud, just look at his record, just look at his, what he's accomplished in the sport, and those last couple fights has always been challenges and being undisputed challenges, be 3-time undisputed challenges, fighter of the year, ESPY award, two or three times, man. Those are challenges, man, that people put in front of Bud, and if Bud put his mind to it, he gonna make it happen, and he looks at his team to mentally, physically, and getting prepared for.
Writing off a pound-for-pound master who built his career dismantling world-class competition isn't simply pre-fight promotion. It's a personal challenge aimed directly at a living legend's pride, one that Bomac and Crawford may find impossible to ignore.
I need to know, does easy work pop in your mind or a challenging fight? Xander.
Easy work.
Charlo.
Easy work.
Fendora.
Easy work.
Errol Spence.
Easy work.
Devin Haney.
Easy work.
Terence Bud Crawford.
Easy work.
Answering back through a direct response, the former champion made his feelings unmistakably clear when Crawford addressed Ennis' bold claims during a broadcast appearance. He immediately pushed back against what he viewed as blatant disrespect from the younger fighter.
Boots is supposed to say that because he's one of the guys at the top, but he can't touch Bud. And I'm sorry. I like him as a fighter. I like him as a person. Him, his whole team over there. But I'm just being real with him. His best thing is let the man stay in retirement and ride off in the sunset. And you try to accomplish more than what he accomplished. That's the best thing I could tell anybody. And him. And his team.
Crawford rarely responds to media disputes unless something genuinely strikes a personal nerve. By confronting Ennis directly and questioning his intentions, Bud made it clear that the young challenger had successfully reached his most dangerous competitive instinct.
I feel like he's a hater.
Okay,
if I'm gonna be a 1,000%.
It's the Real Report Show. It's all good. That's what we do.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes.
I think he's a hater.
Mm.
Like a lot of people say, "Oh man, Bud always hating." Like what I had to hate on him for?
Right.
I didn't support him in the Olympic trials. I didn't been in the locker room at his fights, you know, supporting him. So why would I need to hate on him?
Got you.
You know, like I said, I want to see him win. I want to see him go far as he can. But I think people do the same thing with Boost as they did with Spence.
Right.
You know, and it's our people, it's the urban community that does it. Oh, Boost this, Boost knock you out, Boost. And then, you know, the people that, you know, support me, they, man, Bud of this, Bud of that. Then some fighters find themselves getting caught up in that, you know, and then they asked about it. Oh, man, he easy work. I ain't easy work for no man. You know what I mean?
No.
That's just, you know, disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you just head over the hype.
Right.
You know, and I don't look at no fighter as easy work. That's a professional on that level.
Revealed by camp insider Bernie the Boxer, the blueprint to pull Crawford out of retirement demands a very particular psychological approach. According to Bernie, Crawford isn't simply sitting at home waiting around for ordinary, predictable fight offers to come his way.
I think we overhyping this victory, you know, in a sense where nobody picked Xander to win. Everybody was kind of like, okay, he's in over his head and it's a matter of time before Boost catch him and end the fight. I think it's going to be different when he goes up against a Fundora or a Virgil, because if one of those guys get him hurt like Xander did, I don't think it's going to be.
Crawford isn't chasing ordinary paychecks at this point in his legendary career. He's fighting for legacy, control, and revenge. If an opponent can create a real, deeply personal grudge, Bud's pride won't let him remain on the sidelines while his name gets dragged through the mud. Bomax's recent remarks seem to reflect that same mindset. Show that you're a genuine threat, say it boldly, and Team Crawford could accept the challenge without giving it a second thought.
Crawford already told him what to do, and he still ain't happen. Y'all still ain't paying attention to that. If you want to get Crawford out of retirement, then say what he said. Tell him, I'll knock Crawford ass out. Tell his old ass to come back. He better stick to commentating. This is what you gotta talk. This is real shit. The only way you're gonna get, now I'm being literal, the only way you're gonna get Crawford to come back, and I hope he not get upset at me about this, but he said this on his own, so I'm just kind of amplifying what he said. If somebody, whoever they is that needs to say it, says, I will beat Crawford ass, I will knock him out, he better stick to doing the commentating and join whatever retirement, because he ain't got nothing coming with me. That's why he ran out of retirement. I'll beat his ass. I'm way better than him. I do everything better than Crawford. I'm smarter than Crawford. Because he said all this stuff too. Somebody else was playing this clip and he was saying all this stuff. I do everything he do, but I do it better. So now he put all these things in the right type of way. And then we might have something then. I don't know.
Crawford's body has naturally grown beyond the weight classes he once dominated, which means he's not going to punish himself with another brutal cut just to satisfy a challenger.
And him. And his team. I'm going to stick with my guy, man. I'm going to go with my guy because...
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. I told you guys in the video I did yesterday that the newly retired, pound-for-pound king, 5-division champion, 3-division undisputed champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, greatest fighter his era and generation, he stamped that. Terence Bud Crawford, superstar boxer. He's beyond a superstar at this point, with a record of 42 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. Told you guys, he has that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson mentality. Their mentality is different. The best way to describe it is like the late, great Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality. They different. They have a different motivation. And if you think Terence Crawford for a second ain't sizing up Jaron Boots Ennis, the phenom as I refer to him as, 2-division unified champion, former unified lineal Ring Magazine, WBA, IBF, welterweight champion, and now newly crowned WBO, WBA junior middleweight champion, undefeated, 36 wins, no loss, no draw, 32 wins by way of knockout. Bomac, he stated in an interview in the past that they were looking at Jaron Ennis, and Bomac even stated that Jaron Ennis reminds him of Terence Crawford. Right? And as you heard Bomac just say, it's not a good idea for him to antagonize Terence Crawford and pull him out of.
Expecting a fully developed Crawford to endure another brutal weight cut is simply out of the question. If Boots genuinely wants boxing's biggest fight and still believes Crawford is easy work, then he may have to take the risk and move into deeper, more dangerous territory at middleweight or super middleweight before that contract ever gets signed.
You know, they talked about, him calling, Crawford easy work. And, Crawford said, I'm not no easy work for no man. He doesn't like that disrespect.
Yeah. But listen, y'all, he said, ask Bernie if Boots get undisputed at 54, can we see that fight then? That he ain't gonna be at 54. Crawford's not a 54 pounder no more, bro. He not at 54, he's a 68 pounder or a 60. That's where he fighting at now. That's where he feel comfortable at, 60 or 68. And it got to be a big fight. So if Boots come up to 160, I don't know. I can't tell you what the man to do, but you know what I'm saying?
Backed by analysts and combat sports insiders who understand the mindset of a generational elite champion. True fighters rarely step away while they are still performing at the absolute peak of their powers. The hunger to compete and feel the crowd erupt around them is something no amount of money could ever purchase.
See Terence inside the gym working, trying to just stay in shape. Now he coming back to face Boots because Boots is running his mouth. Look, Crawford ain't never been one to move because you running your mouth. Crawford like, man, come on, bro, get your weight up. If you get your weight up, maybe I might. But you know what, dude? Boots got a lot to growing to do. Crawford sees it. I'm letting y'all know right now, man. Crawford would knock the dog shit out of Boots Ennis. I'm telling y'all right now, and I like Boots. Boots is the next one up. He the next one up. But if they get into the ring, I just gotta call it like I see it. Like Crawford gonna beat the damn Philly cheesesteaks out of damn Boots Ennis. Shit, he gonna beat the Philly cheesesteaks out of Boots Ennis' ass. Yeah, he sure is. He gonna knock him out. Oh, if Boots has some success, he gonna have some success. Oh, yeah, he gonna have some success. He got his speed, his power, he's very active. Yeah, he gonna have success. But shit, when he get touched on that chin, though, ooh, shit, kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord. That's what they're gonna be singing right after, because he gonna be got to pick his, he ain't getting up. I promise y'all that. When Crawford catch his ass, if they were to fight, man, it's easy work. Boots gonna do all the work for him.
Fresh off the biggest performances of his career and still maintaining his regular high-altitude training routine in Colorado Springs, Crawford's current physical activity looks much more like a world champion keeping his weapons razor sharp than a man quietly settling into permanent retirement.
A damn reason. Hit the Tyson bell. No bull jive. Listen, to all of my brothers and sisters who don't understand black culture, all my brothers and sisters, my black brothers and sisters, you guys know what that is. You've seen it in the hood. When somebody is telling you, hey, say that again. No. Say my mama one more goddamn time.
Terence Bud Crawford.
Easy work.
Right? You're begging him. Please say my mama one more.
One more time. I'm waiting for it. Please do it one more. Just please, one more time.
Nigga, say my name. Nigga, say I knocked Terence Crawford out, nigga.
Say my mama again.
Y'all wanted me to end Boots' career before it started.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Man,
you fucked him up.
I would have knocked him the fuck out.
No. Say it again.
It I be trying to be nice because I support the young fella and all that, and he black and shit. I want to see him succeed.
That's my
But
thing.
niggas can't come up to me and do the same shit that they can do with other niggas. Niggas don't do that with me. I would slap the piss out of niggas' face.
Listen, that's not a brother who doesn't want to fight. That's not somebody who just looking for you to push a button because he doesn't want to fight. That's somebody trying to damn fight. When you're begging somebody to give you a damn reason to whoop his ass, that means that you got your arms pumped up and you ready to whoop somebody's ass. This guy, Terence Bud Crawford, has been sitting out, but he's doing that shit. He's going to fight. Now, let me tell you why I'm so confident that...
Challenged to make the ultimate move, the pressure now shifts completely. The entire boxing world is waiting to see whether Jaron Ennis will finally step up, call Crawford and Bomax's bluff, and prove he really wants the fight everyone has been talking about.
Hit me up, and they saying Terence Crawford looks washed. Terence Crawford looks like a shell of himself. Terence Crawford better not come back and fight the undefeated two-division champion, former unified lineal WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine welterweight champion, and now newly crowned unified WBO, WBA junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Jaron Boots Ennis, the phenom as I refer to him as, who is 36 wins, no loss, no draw, 32 wins by way of knockout. And people are saying Terence Crawford looks old. Terence Crawford looks slow. He looks like a shell of himself. Well, Terence Crawford hasn't been training in the sport of boxing for a year now. Terence Crawford is 38 years old. So he has to get back in the saddle. Timing is not there, right? Rhythm is not there. Got to get back in the saddle. Don't take that and think that he's sweet or he's a lick or he ain't who he was when he fought Canelo last September. That's a mistake, right? He's been enjoying the fruits of his labor. He's been traveling the world, enjoying his kids. He's not in the mix. So his timing is off. But don't get it twisted. It's just like riding a bike. Give him 2 straight weeks of being in the gym consistently, daily. And suddenly, a new footage will surface and people will be raving how he looks back to his old self and they want to see him back in the square circle.
The stage is ready, the tension is building, and Crawford's camp has now revealed the conditions that could bring him back. But the biggest question remains, should Boots Ennis take that final step and push Terence Crawford out of retirement, or is BMA...
When you're an all-time great fighter on that level, many times you got to be pushed out. Fighters fight. And when your last fight you performed well, those fighters are like, hey, listen, man, I'm great. I still perform well. So he still got that bite. He still got that fight. And I know you can name a few fighters, but it's extremely rare, like Floyd Mayweather retiring undefeated, Andre Ward. But even those guys still find excuses to fight. Floyd Mayweather, all those exhibitions and shit, he cannot stop doing it because the last time he fought professionally, he had a good performance. Hell, Andre Ward, just give me a reason. I fight Jake Paul. Yeah, brother, you just want that dopamine. There's nothing to replace that shit. You're a fighter, and fighters fight. But with Terence Bud Crawford, it's an even stranger case because, one, his last performance wasn't just a good one. It was his greatest performance yet. It was the best he's performed ever. He went up, jumping up weight classes to fight the undisputed champion at 168, one of the greatest fighters of all time, Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he dominated. I don't give a damn what the scorecards say. We all know that that brother dominated 11-1. And when you're coming off of a dominant performance, a great performance like that, there's no way you're walking around talking about, yeah, let me just retire. I can't do it no more. Hell no. Terence Bud Crawford is the best he's ever been. That brother aging like fine wine. He's a...
See right that Bud has already done enough in the sport. Let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all for today, but if you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss what's coming next. Stay locked in, because we'll be back with another one very soon.